This time on Arch's Garage. Hey everyone. So, it's beautiful out today. Got a nice day, it's a little windy. So, today's assignment is to do some drag tests on some of these tractors. The green one here, the John Deere, the customer says that flat out it seems fine, but he's got a hill and he's losing power. And we suspect it may be the tranny, but I don't think so. I drove it the other day and I don't think it's a transmission. I think it's a fuel issue. Inclination, right? I don't know how steep it is, but usually that means if he's going up the hill and he may be he says, I'm losing power. But yet it drives fine flat out on flat ground. So it could be the fuel pump, right? It's a twin cylinder engine. Anyway, I want to check all the transmissions, so let's just tow them a little bit. I don't know how far I'm going to get. I don't know if this thing's going to make the turn. May have to sort of reset it up and, set it up in the straight line over there in front of the shed. But let's just get started. All right, it pulled it no problem until the wheels turned the opposite direction and bent the carabiner, which is just a piece of crap carabiner. We'll put a better bolt on that and set it up so that I can do a straight line pull. It seems fine though, right? Even at lower engine RPM and lower gear, it was pulling it without an issue. So let's find out. Okay, take two. All right, so I put a real connector on there, a shackle. So listen, it bent the crappy aluminum carabiner, but it bent it. It was pulling it, and it's starting up okay. It's shutting it down. So let's just give it another pull test. It doesn't seem like it's a transmission problem. Hold on, I'm bending a bracket over there, so I need to find another tow point. All right, I've got this thing rigged up pretty good. Dragging it. I actually got it into a position where I could drag it. And I tried in a few different gears, particularly low gear. But I managed to get the tire to spin too. Look, see? I managed to get the tire to spin. And I had spinning all the way through. There's drag marks. You can actually see drag marks. So I was dragging it. I had the wheel cocked. And I had it in different gears, and I'm not seeing this thing. If there was any slippage, the tire was definitely spinning. It was getting good traction. If there was any slippage, it was just belt slippage. So I don't think the problem is transmission. These things would not do that when the transmission goes. And this is a lot of weight. And what we could do is put the clutch on the brake and it drag the rear tire. So we'll try that in a minute. Okay, I got the brake on the Craftsman. So brake is in. It's going to try and drag it. Dragged it all the way to there, no problem. It just dragged it. Okay, so it's not a problem. All right, I don't think there's anything wrong with the John Deere. I'm suspecting, so I'm going to call it right now. All right, I don't think there's anything wrong with the transmission. What can happen is, it's going up a hill. Picture this, guys. You're going up a hill. You're going up an incline. Liquids, fluids move out of the way. They could be moving out of the way out of a pickup, on a fuel pump. Maybe the fuel pump can't handle the extra load. Maybe the pickup in the tank is uncovered. My guess would be is that it could also be the pickup in the transmission. Maybe the transmission is not filled high enough. So that's one of the things that we could check, and we could fill the transmission up a little higher. I think it's just, for most of the tough torques, I think it's just a synthetic, like a multi-weight or something. Either it's a 1040 or a 2050. It's probably like a 2050, but we'll look it up, right? It tells you. You can look on the tough torque sheet, and they like synthetics, so we could buy a quart and top it off and just check it. Fuel pump, all right? It's supplying to 2 cylinders. It looks like it might have been replaced. Another thing could be the ignition system. One of the coils could be going bad, and under the higher load. Could be crap in the carburetor, and the carburetor, maybe it's not set right. But it's running good. It starts up, it drives around, it seems fine, and it's able to drag another tractor. So we have to look in deeper. I don't think there's anything wrong with the transmission. They generally just don't work, right? They squeal, they make noises, they don't move, they're super slow. If they move at all, yeah, I don't think it's transmission. So I think this thing hasn't been properly tuned in a long time. So I think that's what we need to do. It's over 5 years when he bought it, and I don't think he ever, I think he mentioned to me that he just used it. So it's an older, we got to look up the date on it too. So next step, guys, is we have to check a couple of the Craftsmans. We want to check that Craftsman. We're going to do the same thing. And we got to check the one I just finished, so we'll be back. All right, we're going to take a look at this today. Let's get it jacked up so we can get underneath. We're going to get in here too. We're going to start taking off some of the, covers and everything. But let's get it jacked up and get the pressure washer in and underneath and whatever we can get, and then we'll move to the next step. All right, it's getting cleaner. So let's see if we can get the cover off. So we got a number of bolts. We got here, back here, there's a couple, one here. We'll try to take off as much of the tins as possible. Up here, 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 and then this too looks like it has to come off. So we're going to check the fuel pump and everything. Look, that's missing a clamp, so somebody's been fooling around with that. See? Missing a clamp here. Okay, so this actually looks like it's been replaced, but we'll test that. Right, one of these things is not right. This is awfully tight. I don't know what's with that. Why is that, like, to play an E chord on that? Right? I don't know. So we gotta. He says it's not disengaging. I noticed that it kind of spins a little bit. So we're gonna pressure wash it one more time. This is the second time I've been putting some cleaner on it. Let's get this top off first, and that way we can get into the carburetor later on. And we get into the valves. I took the cover off. Cover doesn't look too bad. I give it a quick cleaning. We'll give it one more wash. All right, I'll get in here again. So let's start with that. I'm in my own light. I'm in your light. Not bad, right? We'll put a little chemical in there and we'll blow that out. It's not bad. It's pretty clean. So once we get this done, guys, I'll bring it in when I'll leave it out in the sun for the rest of the day, and we'll bring it in. And then we'll get in here better, and tomorrow we'll do the rest in the shop.
The next day.
All right, guys, sorry for the noise in the background. I'm trying to get a hold of PayPal forever. So both plugs were like this. See how white they are? Okay, it's too lean, and they were loose. There's also no thread lubricant on here. It looks like the parking brake lever is stuck. I can't move it. I noticed that right away. I can't move it, so we'll have to deal with that later. I disconnected the fuel line from the pump to the carburetor, and I have it in that jar. Let's just give it a quick crank, okay? I don't see anything. I'm not seeing shit. Yeah, I'm not... It should pump out fuel, guys. All right, let's crank it again a little bit more. There should be fuel there. There it goes. But it's not a lot. I mean, it's really almost nothing. After all that cranking, that's all it pumped out. And it doesn't even look clean. Oh, there's water. There's water in this tank. Okay, so that's another problem. Yeah, there's all kinds of junk. That's part of his problem. Hold on. I don't know if you can see it, but already I can see. See, it's milky? Yeah, he's got crap in his tank. He's got junk in his trunk. I would pick up another one of these. We could pop it open and look. I don't think you can take it apart. I'm going to order a pump. I'm going to order a filter. We're going to check the coils next. I want to take them off. And we're going to clean them and we're going to test them. All right, let's get a compression read on it. All right, I'll yell it out to you. Let's see it. Oh, now it's pumping fuel and it's pumping it into that. Hold on, we got to get something to pump it into. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Very little pressure. Got some pressure. It's just I'm not seeing it on the gauge. Let's try this one. All right, that should be on there. Okay, so I'm getting about, oh, there it goes. I think there's some junk in here. So I got 115 pounds, roughly. That's not bad. I want to check the other one again. Still holding for PayPal. Yeah, that's going to be the rest of the day. You know, what do they expect you to do, right? I mean, hang on your phone, like unlimited charge. Okay, so this one got, I want to check the other one again. 150, almost 155 pounds on this one. We got to go back and check the other one. Now the pump seems to be pumping. So it may have been stuck. We could clean it. There's actually, I mean, it's been pressure washed, but there is a sintered bronze filter back here. Okay, that has to be kept clean. Yeah, let's blow this out. See, I got to blow out my tool. Okay. All right, so we got a good 155, 150 pounds. Okay, this one's a little less, guys. This one, the other one was 155. This one's only getting about 145. All right, that's not bad. And, you know, it's not good to run them lean like that. It's bad for the cylinders. They overheat and there's not enough lubrication to keep everything cool, right? Fuel is a lubricant and a coolant, and especially in these engines. Too much fuel and you gas wash the cylinder walls. Not enough, you can score and tire everything out and overheat. All right, so now I'm going to jack it back up. We're going to pull the coils off and clean them. And then we're going to test them with the ohm meter, okay? Make sure that they're balanced well, that they're okay.
Later.
I don't know if you can see it. You see it? Look at it. Oh, I got to get that out, right? You can't take the tank off. Why, Arch? Because in their infinite wisdom, right, to get the tank off, you got to take the fenders off. To get the fenders off, you got to take the steering and all of this off, right? It's all, this is bolted on top of the fenders. So everything's got to come off to get the fender off to get the tank off. So we're going to have to suck that out and blow it through. So I'm going to start looking into doing that next. Okay, here's my setup. So tape to a screwdriver on both ends because these things are just, you know, they're so squirrely. They're all coiled up. All right, so I'm going to try and suck. Hopefully I have everything set up right. I'll try and suck it as best I can. You know, I wish I had an electric one, but this might work. It's definitely pulling fuel. That definitely got a lot. Alright, I got to move this gas out of the way. We got to put it in something and cover it. Now what I can do is filter this gas, and then I can come back in here, add gas to it, swish it around a little bit, and then try and blow the line out. I don't even know where the line is. I think this is the vent, but I don't know where the line is yet. It's buried in here, so good luck with that. But it did get a lot. Alright, I'll be back in a minute. Yay! Look, see, it didn't get all of it, but I got some. Let me see if I get more.
Later.
It basically ran okay, but his problem still is that he can't go up this hill. It will get stuck. So short of me going over there, which, you know, just how do you charge for that, right? Even though it's close and everything, you know, it's time away from the shop. It's time you're not working on something else. I already gave him like a $200 and something discount on the machine. So I really can't do that. I think, by the way, I think what I would like to do to it is come up with some kind of small charge for him where we take the transmission out. We dump the fluid in there, because everything I hear from people is Tough Torque recommends a better lubricant than what was put in by the factory. All right, without pointing fingers. Okay, so I would like to take the transmission out, dump it. There's a magnet right at the top of the fill cap, and I'd like to dump it, check that magnet. And also some people have said the pulley, there's a key in there or knurls or something that can go bad. I think that maybe they think they're thinking of a different, like a constant torque or whatever transmission that has a pulley that's variable on it. John Deere made a variant of that. I've never worked on one, but I've seen a lot of you guys do videos on that. Comment, guys. But it certainly, take the transmission out, pull the pulley off, because that's got to come off anyway. You got to take the fan off, you got to pull the pulley off, and that's just to get to the filler, right? Dump the transmission, take a look inside, make sure it's full, because what if it's up on the hill? And, oh, that's a wasp. What if it's up on a hill and it's uncovering? There's not enough fluid in there, and it's uncovering the pickup. Yeah. Oh, hold on. That's a black wasp. Yeah. I don't know. Some of them, like, you know, they eat into stuff, and yeah, whatever. There's plenty more. So I think that would be a cool thing, right? Just to do that, if I can come up with some kind of charge. Because the transmission new is over $700, and then I got to install it and take the old one out. And then to rebuild it, I think the kits are like $400 and change, and then I got to do it. So no matter what he does, he's going to be spending money on it, and he still has an issue with the deck. Okay, we've got to do the spindle, we've got to do the brakes. It's spinning. It still continues to spin when you release the clutch. You know, when you clutch it, it shouldn't be spinning. So this, we're going to keep working on this tractor. We're going to get it up to speed. A number of you guys had actually suggested, or some other guys on a live show that I was on, suggested that just tell the guy to get a push lawnmower and cut that one area with the push lawnmower and just continue to use the tractor. He really likes the tractor. His wife gave it to him as a gift, so he's got some sentimental value in it. And if that's the case, he's going to have to spend some money on it. He actually did. He bought a cheap, you know, push mower for me, and hopefully that's working out for him. So anyway, let's get started on this video, and stay tuned for some of the other stuff that's coming up too. I'll see you in a bit. And by the way, this is a quick sneak peek, right? Old snapper, right? We're going to get to it, right? This is the one that's in one of my other videos. Maybe I'll put that link here. I don't know. I don't know. You can only allow so many links. But yeah, this is a cool oldie. And so we're going to put the carburetor in it. We're going to do a few things to it. So sneak peek at the snapper. Come on back for that one. See you guys in a bit. Yay!